Tonight we have Andrew Tate in the in the episode. Well, not really, but he has an amazing story. He's actually Tamada. He lives here. He's from US, although he's been traveling a lot. He dramatically changed his life. To give you an example, he was 285 pounds, which is like 130 in kilos. And now he looks like a model. And we're not just going to be talking about the strong mindset, but what comes along with it and how you really improve yourself. Hi, Dylan.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Dylan.
Galmarjos. Awesome. Now, please tell us how you changed your life. What were you doing in the 9-to-5 corporate world? Like, why were you even there? Yeah. Because you're not the type of person. And when did your mind change that you need? When did you realize that you need to do more and become somebody else? And then let's kick off from there. And
yeah.
Well,
that's a very good question. And like on my end, I always felt like a special snowflake. I'm kidding. On my end, I just never really fit into the whole 9-to-5 thing, like having to wake up at a certain time, sit in traffic, do all that. But nobody around me in my immediate like family, everybody's working a job. And I saw some family members close to me, like that I looked up to, that went down the corporate path and basically were about to retire, were super loyal to this one corporation, and they ended up getting fired and literally lost out on loads of money after like 25, 30 years of loyalty. I was like, okay, that happened. And then I was going to college. None of the classes were interesting to me. I asked my professor at the time, which I never anticipated I would be a professor. But anyways, I asked this professor, I was like, well, what businesses? Because he was teaching us like business and entrepreneurship. Have you actually had? And he was like, oh, I was going to try business about 15 years ago, but now I just teach it. So I ended up going to the library, convinced my parents that I was still going to university, but I would just go sit in the library and start reading all these books. And it's a very long process of getting to that point, but I just never really felt that the society path was for me. And I felt like there had to be something more to life than what everybody else was believing. However, there is a big distinction between being realistic and delusional. A lot of people are delusional. They don't actually take action. I'm delusional, but I always took action towards it. Yeah. We'll get into a lot of cool topics on today's podcast that will help everybody. But yeah, I had many of these epiphanies over this journey of just, okay, I feel like I'm finally making it. Oh, no. Oh, I feel like I'm making it. Oh, no. And so if you could just keep getting through that, like the pit of despair, you can keep showing up, and you have faith in yourself, faith in God, then literally anything's possible. And now as far as like the weight loss things, that was a key thing that I think somebody was watching this, I can feel it. They were like, oh my God, that was massive. I was getting out of the shower one day, and I'd been this way for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. Got out of the shower, and I saw myself in all of my glory. And I was sitting, and I was just like, and I ran to my bedroom to like, oh, don't look at me. And that basically motivated me to like actually start learning nutrition. Like at the time, I'm an American, so it was totally normal for me to drink milkshake, drink like 2-3 like colas, fried chicken, French fries. Like that was just totally normal. So I started educating myself on nutrition. I started educating myself on protein and calories and all that stuff, and just started losing weight. I started controlling like what I was eating. I started working out, started doing all that, and lost like 100 pounds.
I mean, it's sad to hear that you came to Georgia, so now that all that's gonna be gone, all that works soon, because obviously you know what type of food we have. But yeah, man, really, it's so cool that you managed to lose so much weight. And at some point, like we all hit this, I don't know, not to call it rock bottom, but like at some point you realize, okay, this is not who I want to be. And it's also very interesting that you at the very early age you realize that the game is rigged. You know, this 9-to-5. And, you know, even though you dedicated your life to something, they might still fire you, you know, and it's not even personal, you know, just.
Oh, yeah, 0% personal.
Yeah. Bro, just AI came over, or I don't know, technology advancement, and I can do your job.
Which actually makes sense. Yeah, you can't.
I mean, capitalistic setup.
That
and
just happened,
America is, you know, on top of capitalism, like always. Yeah, it's funny, but that's the way it is. When did you start traveling all these 27 countries, and why?
So the reason why is by this point I had quit my job in like 2016, and I started finally like taking on some of my actual clients. It wasn't like a perfect transition. I thought in my mind, and this will be very valuable for everybody watching, I thought, okay, if I quit my job, then that means I'll have more time to work on figuring out how to make money. And
by the way, walk us through your, your very first business model. Whatever, what were you doing, and how did you take all the steps? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get there. So like, I literally thought, okay, now that I don't have a job, that means I'm going to make more money because I can actually dedicate time. But that resulted in me just being super poor, playing Call of Duty a lot. Not really doing anything with my life for probably a month or so, which led me to finally, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go and like start cleaning parking lots. I ended up sending a proposal to this company. It's called a 1099. So basically you're like self-employed in a way, and started doing that. And that gave me enough money and time to where I wasn't desperate. And this is why I think everybody's watching this should have a job in the initial steps of building a business, because otherwise you're just going to be desperate. And it's stupid. Like it takes as long as it takes. So leverage your job, have that consistent income coming in, and then you've got plenty of time to work on your business after you get home from your work. But anyways, I started just testing a whole bunch of different things. I started writing. So I started back in the old days, it was blogging. Like blogs used to be a super big deal. And I was like, okay, interesting. So there's people that are writing blog articles and selling these PDFs. I'll start a blog, because I wanted to be able to make money online. And
so you did zero research, just, you saw the blogs, let's do the blog.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'll try that.
See, this is the thing. You have to just, what is working, and then have zero overthinking, zero ego. Just test it.
Just do it.
So I was like, okay,
action-oriented mindset.
It seems like everybody's writing blog articles and making some kind of money from it. I can write. I'll start a blog. And so I started doing that. Now, I don't encourage anybody to do blogs now. This, once again, is like 2016, 2017, that era. Blogs are still around. It's just different. But anyways, I started doing that, and I turned that into my first initial service. And then I also created something called niche affiliate websites. So I had some niche affiliate websites that started bringing in recurring sales. So I would like take advantage of the SEO. So I'd, how to do this. I would write those kinds of articles, and people would go and buy the product. I would get a cut of that. And it was having that first initial money coming in online outside of a job. It was funny. I was stuck in traffic, and I made like $40 while I was stuck in traffic, which working at my 9 to 5, I think I was making like $8 an hour, which to some people, especially in Georgia, wow, $8 an hour. In America, that's nothing, because the expense, it's so much more expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
So like I was sitting there, I was like, I made $40. And I remember pulling off to the side of the road, and I checked my phone, kept refreshing. I was like, oh my God, it's real. And so that made me believe that it was possible. And that eventually led me to, in late 2018, early 2019, I went to Jamaica because I promised a friend in 2018. So I'm that guy that if I'm really focused, I'm just, no, can't do it. No, can't do it. No, I'm busy. No, I'm busy. But I promised him, I was like, I'll finally travel.
It was hard to get you, by the way.
Well, we're going to do a lot in Georgia. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, sure.
And I made a promise to him. I was like, whenever, the next time you tell me you're going somewhere, give me a month notice. I'll be there. It's like, okay, well, get your passport. So I got my passport. And it's a shocking fact about Americans. Most Americans don't have their passport.
Oh man, can you imagine living in a country
no,
where you don't really have to live that country?
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Like example, my mom never had a passport. My grandfather never had a passport.
Because you guys don't travel. Like generally speaking, you don't travel. Like you think that your country is the world.
Yeah,
like many Americans do.
And it's massive too.
It is kind of
No, I mean, they are traveling inside,
and they have everything inside.
Yeah.
Like it's still the global superpower.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I went to Jamaica, and that. I would not encourage anybody to do that as your first trip outside of your home country.
Okay. That was your first trip?
My very first one.
And into Jamaica, okay.
Into Jamaica. Like as soon as I got off the plane.
Sandals, Jamaica.
As soon as I got off the plane, like I got bombarded by tons of people. I'll leave it at that. We can get a little bit more risky later. I started getting bombarded. I felt like I was in a jungle. Being attacked, trying to take my money, trying to take
Careful with the wording.
Yeah, you would have had like cultural shock, most definitely.
Yeah.
It's the first repeating.
Okay, so
and just to summarize that, Jamaica itself is a beautiful country. The people, once I actually my nervous system calmed down a little bit because, once again, first time ever outside the country. I was like, wow, this place is actually super cool. It ended up being awesome. And I would say it was also maybe I wasn't in a resort. That also changed my experience a little bit. It was a little bit more risky to do that. So locals. For anybody that goes to Jamaica, stay at a resort, like unless you know somebody there. Because on my end, I definitely, they tried to scam me a couple times. But luckily I knew somebody already there, so they were able to take care of that. But Jamaica was great. But anyways, that led me to, okay, cool. I've traveled outside the US, so that's possible. So I achieved two key things. One, I made money without a job, online specifically, because I'd already made money offline without, like, outside of my 9 to 5, but this is like online money. And then two, I finally traveled outside of the US. So I was like, okay, I can make money from the internet and I can travel. Awesome. So that led to, I don't know, 5-6 months later, I ended up just getting rid of everything, booking a flight to Romania, and then from there went to Dubai, and then came to Georgia.
Why specifically Romania? Like, what led you? I don't know, to this eastern part of Europe, and then obviously Dubai, like Middle East, Eastern Europe. Like, we do have some similarities, but it's just curious, why those areas and not the West Europe, for example, Western Europe?
Well, I've been always a little bit more like, I want to get outside of the quote unquote system. Like the example, if I were to stay in Western Europe, it's a little bit different than America, but it's still the West. I've always kind of been more attracted to the East. And actually, I've never been to Southeast Asia. My original plan was to live in Thailand and bounce around and all that. Yet to go there. So I've always kind of like more of the Eastern side of the world. And I've got two friends of mine in Romania, which I had no idea what Romania was until they put it on the map. So if you're watching this, the only reason people know about Romania is you. So shout out to you. And so, yeah, I moved there, lived there for a few months, and then went to Dubai. And then I decided I want to start traveling a little bit and came to Georgia. That was like the very first time because I have an American friend that's been living here for a while. I think, I don't know, 7 years by this point. Anyways, met up with him here, and I was like, at first, this is going to piss off some Georgians.
Okay. Let's go.
At first, whenever I got here, as an American, I was still like a baby at traveling. I stayed in Old City, and I saw all these like hostile types of foreigners there. The streets were like cobblestone. Everybody looked mean. And I literally had this thought in my mind, God, Dylan, where are you? You've got to get out of here. Oh, no, you booked an apartment for a month.
Everybody looked mean.
Pretty touristic areas, like you always get those weirdos there.
It's good that they just looked and not wear me.
Yeah, exactly. And so I ended up telling myself, like, Dylan, if you're actually going to be traveling the world, like, you can't just exist in an apartment. Like, you actually need to go and interface with reality. You know what I'm talking about, Colson. Got to interface with reality. So I ended up going for a long walk. And as I was traveling down Rustavali, I was just like, man, this city, there's something I've never experienced this. This is actually cool. And then a friend of mine, the American that lives here, we ended up getting Kinkali and getting wine. And I was like, man, this is really good. The wine is super strong too, which my family doesn't really drink. Okay. So like literally by this point, Tristan had kind of gotten me used to drinking, but the wine here hits different. Yeah. Like one glass is like the equivalent of like 3 or 4 glasses of American wine.
We're the ones who invented it. So
exactly. Armenians, you hear that? Yeah. Georgians invented Kinkali and they
stay
invented
away
wine.
from our shit, man.
Yes. And so anyways, like I super liked it here. And then we'll avoid talking about certain things. A certain thing happened around the 2019, 2020 era of the world. Basically I bounced around as much as I could during that time frame and ended up in South America, then Central America, and then thought, you know what, now that I've achieved some level of success, I think maybe I would have lived in America. Because that was a huge reason why I didn't like the States. Home? Yeah, going back home. So the first place I landed in was Texas, because I had never actually been to Texas. I wanted to check it out. I was looking for a home. So I went to Texas, I went to Vegas, I went to California, I went to Florida, I went back to see my parents. I was going all over. And I felt like more of a foreigner there than I did abroad. Like, so in America, I felt like more of a foreigner than I did like as I'm traveling abroad.
That's interesting.
I can't really, up until recently, couldn't describe it until like I actually moved to
like
Georgia.
They didn't make you feel home, something like that. Like didn't actually get to. The other American guest we had, he also had the same point. Like, there is no sense of community in most of the states.
Yeah,
you know?
so you felt like that you belonged outside of the America more and in different countries rather than in the America itself.
And that's something that I have truly grown to appreciate about here in Georgia is the community, the family.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I guess I've got like an unfair advantage over most foreigners here. Like, I've actually been integrated into a Georgian family, so I've got that unfair advantage, but it's different. And it's actually, it's filled this like void that growing up in America, depending on what type of family you come from, like my family was just kind of scattered all around. Like, I would see my baby, I would see her like once or twice a year. Versus here, it's like, oh no, you just see them on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's just like actually right before this podcast. Yeah, you got to. Right before this podcast, my baby sent me this giant basket from stuff from her garden. So I've got to go eat that whenever I get back. But
nice.
yeah, no, it's like the community aspect here, the family aspect, obviously the faith aspect, that was big for me. Like, as example, I lived in Dubai before coming here for like 2.5 years. And I super liked it there. It's very competitive. It's very business oriented. Everywhere you go, it's like Instagram worthy, but it just...
Yeah.
There's a certain authentic realness to Georgia here. It's like an energy. I've tried to describe it on Dylan Madden Tamada, the TikTok. I've tried to describe it. It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it, that I've never found anywhere else. Like, and I've been to 27 countries. I've been all over. So it's like the family aspect, the community, the history, and the vibe. That's a super weird thing to say, but the vibe.
Mean, this country has a soul. Like, we covered that. Like, many people say the exact stuff you were saying, and it's always nice to hear that. But yeah, like you said, it's difficult to explain with words. What is it exactly? Like, we used to call it like Tbilisi is a relationship. Is that the correct translation?
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something else, something beside that relationship. Like, this history can be felt, traditions, family-oriented mindset. That kind of thing is. I can see how it resonates with some people.
Yeah, it also could be because there's only few of us, and it's a small country, relatively, of course, and we just all know each other. And it also could be that, but it comes from the history as well. Yeah. It's pretty much not a small topic, to be honest, but it's good that you're seeing that. And when you were here and you are here, you do see that.
We're very toxic as well, obviously, but that's the way we are. What interests me is that, definitely you like this part of Georgia, like all these feelings that you're feeling, the vibe, generally speaking. How about, like, do you think this is a country where you can make it because of the lack of opportunities, because of the small market? Obviously, we have some tax benefits. We're cheap. You can just start a business like that here. In terms of opportunities, like, do you think, let's say Georgians who are like in their 20s, can they make it without leaving the country? Can they do some, outstanding stuff in here?
Question.
Like, can they hit the big money somehow?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So, like, the best way, if I were Georgian, it's funny because I've actually got students that live in Georgia that are crushing it. So,
are they Georgians or?
They're Georgians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of them, his family's originally from the Batumi area, but he lives here. And then, we've got one's from the Racha region. I don't know. I'm still learning the geography here, Georgia. But anyways, if as a Georgian, the best way to make it would be not just going to university and then going to get a regular job. If you want to live in Georgia, which I encourage all Georgians to stay in Georgia, build up your life here, travel outside, that's cool, but live here, build some kind of online business, some kind of skill set, because using the internet, using social media, leveraging AI, I mean, there's so many different opportunities. Now, where I messed up personally was I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try to do as many different opportunities as possible at the same time, because that means I've got a higher chance of being successful. So to put that into terms everybody here would understand, that would mean, okay, I'm going to get rich with crypto. I'm going to get rich with drop shipping. I'm also going to do, social media management.
All of those trendy, shiny stuff that we're going on.
At the same time.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. They try to do all these different things at the same time. But, and I'll put it to you this way. I was making a couple grand a month, and I was basically spreading myself into all these different opportunities. Within less than 12 months, I made a little over 6 figures in USD once I focused on one core lane. And so what I would encourage all the Georgians out there to do is like super focus on one business model, one business model, and just stop expecting immediate results. That's something that nobody talks about is they get online and they see all these people making loads of money. It seems like if you're not making $100,000 a month, you're a loser. What are you like? That's not true. Like, understand it takes time. You've got to build up a skill set, and it's about creating value. And just focus on that one core business model and do it to the best of your ability. Now, after a year, as you've gained up this experience, what you're doing, I've got a quote: "Experience breeds confidence." Like, you'll probably identify a new way. Like, as an example, whenever I got started, I was writing blog articles for people. And then I identified an opportunity. There's all these people that don't understand how to write newsletters. So I was like, let me start that as a service. I know how to write newsletters. So I started writing newsletters for people. That allowed me to start generating more money. And then as that expanded, I've got a social media account. I've got writing abilities. I understand how to market and monetize. Why don't I package that into a service? And so, yeah, it's just a constant evolution.
This is a puzzle. Like you were just adding this. And
business is one of the best forms of self-improvement out there. Like, you can throw most of the books out, and I'm saying this as an author, you can throw most books out. Like, business is the best form of like self-improvement. But for any Georgian that's watching this and you're serious, like, if you try to rely on the regular 9-to-5 here, like, just look around you, like, it's not going to be the best move unless you get some high, like, maybe education job, then sure, then that works. But find a way, and accept it'll take as long as it takes, find a way to build up some kind of online business, whether you're selling information. Like, as an example, I've got a client of mine in Dubai. He's a golfer. He sells consulting for golfers, and he has PDFs for how to golf. So you can if there's these little, he makes like 30 grand a month.
Isn't there some tutorials on YouTube? Why would someone buy PDF versions of that?
Because they have a lot of disposable income, I assume.
People have disposable income, and it's the personality and it's the hand holding. Like, of course, anybody can go. Information's out there. Like, somebody can go and learn how to create a social media account and create content. But if you have somebody that is actually an expert in it, you're not only buying the information, you're also buying their experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, how to learn golf from a PDF format? No, that's what I'm interested in. Okay, so some parts. Okay, maybe how to choose the proper how it's called, the thing that you're hitting it with.
But I think the point is like they're paying for the this brand that somebody built.
Yeah.
And,
no, it's not that it's bad. It's just I'm interested how it's built and what type of information is written there. That, okay, this is what we need to do, and this is how you are improving.
So it's very simple to put together a PDF. Like, you just identify like the outcome you want to create, and then you write down what are the steps to create said outcome. Now you've got the chapters for your PDF or your video course, and you just put it out there. And a lot of people, they think to themselves like, "Oh, nobody's going to be interested in this." But people are. I mean, literally in America, there are people that will buy. I don't know the person's name. It's not even important. I'm not going to give them any power. It's like fart in a jar. There are people. This person. So if you know how to golf, if you know how to make the best concali, if you know how to make the best wine, if your family's a vineyard, you can make content around that.
You just do that.
Just do that and turn your life into the content. Yeah.
On this topic, like basically what we're saying is like you can sell anything if you're selling it, in the right way.
Yeah.
Could you speak a little bit more about, the importance of online presence, like stuff we're doing right now? Obviously, you're building your brand, I'm building mine. We're trying to find this overlap in our vision. And it's interesting, like, do you think it is a must nowadays to have this online presence? A lot of people still don't get it, that they go to their jobs, which is more than fine. And obviously we met the type of people that say, okay, I don't have TikTok, I don't have Instagram. Okay, good for you. But what information are you giving me to me? Like, they're trying to sell this as their personalities, and they try to, I don't know, put this in a way that I don't know, like, you shouldn't be doing those things because you should keep your life private. But like, do you think they're missing out in a way? Like, let's say I'm a lawyer, let's say I'm a doctor. By the way, I have a friend, like, our good buddy who is a doctor, and he just started a podcast about where doctors are coming in and they talk about the operations, their experiences.
Oh wow, that's
and
good.
It seems to be
because
going.
he also saw an opportunity that we don't have anything like that as a podcast.
There's a ton of opportunities
in our country, and let's just do that. So why not?
So now he's not just a doctor. Now he's branding himself. Now he's selling something other than his medical expertise, whatever. So I mean, it would be nice to hear that. Could you? You're probably the best person to explain this to Georgians. A lot of conservative Georgians still consider this as a lame, or I don't know. Like maybe you can explain to them why should they have this. The importance of branding yourself, basically.
Well, it's the way I like to look at personal branding is like I've got my personal life, like we were talking a little bit before this. Like I've got my personal life completely private. Nobody really knows about it, and that's like my peace and happiness, whatever. And then I've got my business side, which is the personal brand. So it's all the content that people see of me on social media, my clients, students, all that. So it's like I don't know. I've just compartmentalized it in my mind. Like I've got my personal life. Then I've got my business. And so I like to look at personal branding and social media as like a amplifier of what you do. Like if you could generate literally just using your phone, hundreds to thousands to hundreds of thousands of more views on what you do, literally just going about your day, filming what you're doing, and you still think that's a terrible idea, that whoever thinks that is stupid. Like,
I couldn't agree more.
That's great example.
That's very true.
Like you're already doing it. You may as well turn it some content.
Basically you're increasing the value of whatever the fuck you're doing, right?
Exactly.
I mean, just by getting more eyeballs to that thing.
Everyone watches that. True. I mean, okay, I just woke up and here I'm walking my dog outside and it has like millions of views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, the best for anybody out there, regardless of what you do, even if you're working a 9 to 5, start making content. Like,
I mean, I recently found the video. There's this Danish YouTuber. I mean, there are many other guys that do that kind of thing, recording their 9 to 5s. But the way this guy was recording, the most boring shit I could ever imagine. And he was like, the name of the video was something like, why Danish 9 to 5, why living in Copenhagen is a dream or something like, I don't know. And the guy is just, with very low tone music. It's just a video of him waking up, walking to his job, I don't know, checking some views.
I've seen
and
some.
sitting, he's literally sitting for 30 seconds, just clicking on keyboard, doing nothing, speaking in Danish, which I do not understand. But I was like enjoying this video. I had no, and I was like, okay, this is the type of person that should be in my podcast, because I'm talking about 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's ups and downs. And let's be honest, like mostly we talk about the downsides of the 9 to 5, but that guy was finding it really exciting. I guess that's a cultural thing.
I need to see that.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's really amazing, man. Like he will make you want to do this most boring shit in I don't know. He maybe it's a Copenhagen thing because it's a beautiful city.
Well, they're a lot more socialist as well. So
that's true. Like they have a very good contracts and rights for sure. That's also a good point. But like he also showed at some point the views from his from the office, and it's still a northern country. Like everything was kind of grayed out. The offices where you can already imagine that just this is what people do all day long. Like they just wake up, they go there.
Yeah, but only he's shooting it. Only he's
he's shooting
it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then he's very kind of classic northern person, like where everything is scheduled. Like he does things because I don't want to say anything bad. Like because it's in his journal. Like he already made these plans like way back.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here watching like this could never be me. But also like if I was this kind of person, like if I was born like that.
He could just be autistic. He could just be autistic. You're not autistic, so I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's also true, man. But I don't know, there was something to it for sure. Like that's why like everybody should be recording whatever the boring stuff they're doing.
That's oddly satisfying watching that.
Yeah.
Person does that. Okay, I mean, where this gonna go? And it just never ends. It's just boring.
I think I should add his link and I should ask him for some, I don't know, sponsorship because I'm promoting this guy. But it was really exciting to watch. I don't know. The most boring shit was very exciting for me to watch.
Oh yeah, it depends on what area you want to attack social media with. Like there are people I watch. Example, this is like a hidden secret of mine. I'm exposing to Georgia. I love cat videos.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
love cat videos.
Nice.
So I'm putting that out there. So there are people that will literally watch cat videos, but if it depends on if you're doing social media for business, and that's what I teach people how to do, is like how to turn social media into money, or if you're just doing it for attention that you maybe kind of sort of make some kind of money at some point. Yeah. Like his thing, I've got some ideas on how he could monetize. If I actually saw his page, I could be like, okay, do this. But a lot of people
we should definitely get into contact with.
We should force him to come here. No one take his passport. So, but yeah, with social media, it really comes down to a lot of people. Like as an example, this is something that annoys me about like modern girls. Is like there's like that, and I'm just like
zero value kind of. Oh man, he's Andrew Tate. In fact,
it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like if you're getting all these Rahuls DMing you, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to marry you. They're never going to provide for you. It's never going to be an amazing family. So just
and
stop.
you're also blocking all these DMs.
But
you don't want
counter,
to get them. You're not even responding. Yeah. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, counter argument. Like they're doing this for themselves.
Ah, yes. Right.
That's a good counter argument. That's a very good counter argument.
Who asked you? Okay. Of your opinion. Okay. They just do that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh, that just reminded me.
And that's a very sad thing, though. If the people out there are doing this, and this is what I was leading to, like, if you're doing it for personal stuff, cool, whatever, but like clearly mommy and daddy didn't love you enough or something. If you're doing it just for likes and DMs, but like, I encourage anybody that's going to do social media, do it for money. Do it for amplifying your message.
Kind of. I see where you're coming from.
Like, I mean, for some purpose, yeah.
Yeah, because you're putting yourself out there.
It sounds very capitalistic, but I'm assuming. Like,
I'm thinking, are you related to Stalin? Because I've been getting some communist vibes from you.
No, not at all, man.
Because you keep saying, "Oh, this sounds capitalistic."
that's good. I like comparisons between capitalism and socialism, which is like I don't think we have any of those in the classic forms nowadays, and obviously neither of those are perfect. Because the way we perceive socialism, for example, I don't think it exists. Or it can exist, like it would exist in Europe. It exists in Europe at some point because there was like a lot of build up for it. You know, like they've been colonizing stuff and taking all this riches to themselves. You know, that's the setup you need to actually live in a socialistic environment. But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. I just don't think it's, I just think it's very idealistic. And for example, a country like Georgia could never be socialist, and neither capitalistic. I guess we're somewhere in between. Like wherever the wind blows, we're gonna have to play with the big guys' rules. Unfortunately, like that. But joke was funny for sure.
I mean, socialism in and of itself, it makes sense. Like I, as a young person, started thinking, "Oh wow," but then I started realizing
everybody should get some. You know,
it's too idealistic, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Which American president was that replied to a young girl who was saying like, why shouldn't everybody get the same amount of money or something? And he was like, you can have that option. You know, come work for me, like organize my stuff. I will give you like $100 a week, but you're gonna have to pay $50 from it to this hobo that's living next to you. You know, take that responsibility on yourself. And she was like, why wouldn't he come?
Isn't it that was Reagan? No. I think
it could be. I honestly don't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
and he was like, no, she was like, why wouldn't he work for you? And welcome to capitalism.
Welcome to the
because the fucking guy doesn't want to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the people that have these like socialist, super feminist ideas, it's very idealistic. It sounds cool, sounds good, but the reality of it, the real world aspect of it, is like it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean. Unless you make it work, which would mean that you would have to do all those things that Europe did in the history, and they were ashamed of it, like openly, because it was a bad thing to do.
World War II, killing lots of people, so it's just not worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, if you want to stay humane, and there are a lot of aspects to it.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Wow, this is getting fun. You know that we're very curious about your time with Andrew.
Right.
First of all, how did you end up with him? Where did you? Well, I mean, it's an easy question. Like everybody at some point knew about Andrew Tate. Like one-liner about him, I find him hilarious. I think he's super funny. Comedian, like he's definitely, like, in my mind, he is a comedian. I don't know what else he does. Like, obviously he makes a lot of money by selling stuff that a lot of people think I don't know, either unethical or I had my suspicions. Like, what is this guy selling? Like, you worked in his school, so you probably have a lot of understanding of if it brings any real value. Right. So I want to hear your thoughts about that, and also about Andrew. Like, is he really that kind of person? Like, obviously, you know, besides his online personality, like, what do we know about him? He's cool, for sure. And his brother is also hilarious.
Oh, you're Tristan. He's awesome.
Yeah.
So you want to know, like, how I met them or what?
Both. Like, how did you end up with him? And obviously, a lot of people think that you've been influenced by him.
Oh, definitely.
Because of just the way you talk. Yeah. Sometimes you just sound like him. Yeah. So tell us everything about that period of your life.
I'm the American version of Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
My favorite, it makes me laugh when I see it in the comments. Andrew Tate from Timu, or however you pronounce it. I crack up laughing. So please comment that more. Thank you. But no, I've known him for almost a decade by this point. Like, this was before he was like famous.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. So from a personal aspect, super awesome guy, super caring, and all of that. And then you were talking about, actually interesting, you brought up ethical, unethical. What do you mean specifically by that? Because in today's world,
I can give you an example.
It's all about perception, and obviously there's clearly a lot of hate towards him, but then there's clearly a lot of support around him.
We could definitely argue about the ethic part of it, because ethic is, you know, always a dilemma. Yeah. It's like the trade-offs you give, right? I have one example in my understanding, which is very limited. Like, I'm not the, you know, one of those guys that talk from the moral high ground. Obviously not. But so, for example, I know that he's making money from crypto, and a lot of my friends did make money from crypto, and I have, like, just to give you a very surface level of understanding, like, the way you make money on crypto is you give value to something that is, we all know that it's, you know, like certain project. I'm creating a certain meme coin. We call it shit coins, or he calls it shit coins, and we all know that it's going to go down in value at a certain point. So some people will make money of it, most people won't. You know, if you look at it from the perspective where, you know, losers gonna stay losers, then for sure, okay. But you know, you could just not be doing that, and those people would keep their money somehow. So that's the ethical dilemma for me.
And but how is he tied to that specifically?
Oh, because he you know, he does his projects. Like, he gives the value to these things, and, you know, a small portion of people will make money off it, and a lot of people will lose. So he's profiting from that, right?
Oh, I mean, that's
I only know this because like I was into his Telegram chat. I was just very curious about to learn what he does. You know,
his Telegram chat. Are you talking about
he has one of those.
Are you talking about the big Tate speech? Because you have to be careful. There are a lot of Telegram chats out there that aren't actually.
No, I think it's his, like, his own, channel. Like,
you know, here's the thing, like with Andrew, I feel like, Andrew, I'm your official spokesperson now for Georgia.
A lot of people sell, like, with his name, you mean? Or?
Oh, my name as well. Like, I've literally, if you go to Instagram, if you go to YouTube, if you go to TikTok, you'll find like 100 versions of me, probably 1 million versions of him, and it's not us. And they're like selling people on this idea. Like, example, a lot of people on Instagram will DM people as if they're Dylan Madden. They're like, hey, I've got this crypto thing, yada, yada, yada. And then, so I openly tell my followers, and he openly tells his followers, like, guys, if it's clearly not me, like, I'm never going to just reach out to you randomly and try to sell you something. It's a scam. If it doesn't sound like me, it's a scam. If it's not from this account, or this account, it's a scam.
Yeah, maybe I haven't done my homework, but...
So most people don't. That's the thing. They're like, oh, Andrew reached out to me, got me into a Telegram group. But also, when it comes to crypto, like, Andrew openly talks about, like, guys, you're not going to get rich from crypto unless you have loads of money. On top of that, if you're sitting there gambling your last money, you're retarded. Like, just don't do that. And then he talks about the reason I do it, talking about Andrew, the reason I do it is because I can sit there and spend like $100,000 and lose it all,
basically.
And I just laugh about it. Like, but if you're sitting there and you're building up, like you want to get out of a 9-to-5 and all that, focus on cash flow, focus on building up your income. You should not be wasting time gambling. So for him, it's just like how some people maybe drink. He doesn't drink. People gamble.
Doesn't drink at all?
Oh, no.
But he does smoke.
He smokes a lot. Yeah, smokes cigars and all that. But yeah, he treats it like just fun and gambling. It's just like you and your boys sitting around seeing I'm going to make more money than you, ha ha ha, like that. So that's the way he approaches it. But for anybody watching this, you should be very careful. Like if it's not from his official account, I can say with 100% certainty it's not him.
That's probably.
Yeah. And also just crypto in general, people, obviously, if you make money from it, it's because you took money from other people. That's just how crypto works. And this is an idea that he pushes.
New type of gambling, honestly.
Yeah,
like that's
all it is. That's all it is. Like it's called leverage trading. It's just gambling. And this is an idea that he pushes. This is an idea that we push. If you're going to do crypto, look at it from an investment standpoint, but focus on getting your actual cash flow, your income from a business or 9-to-5, whatever.
Something more stable, right?
Something stable. And we push that across the board. That's like what you need to be focused on.
Awesome.
And then you said something about him selling courses or something.
Yeah, I mean, where is his income coming from? Like, obviously, I mean, he was a world champion, kickboxer. And, like from the highlights I saw, he was really, really good. But like, I'm curious, like, what's this persona? Like, what's his online, businesses? What does he actually do? Who is your target audience? Who is buying this kind of courses? Have you been actually teaching people in his school, or were you just managing his, sales stuff like that? I'm very curious about that part.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, maybe I'll bring Andrew onto the podcast. He could talk about his like personal stuff.
Wow, but, that will be huge. I don't think that's realistic, but
maybe it'll happen. Yeah. Details coming soon. But anyways,
Andrew, come over, man.
So no, I mean, I'm not going to speak directly into exactly what he does, but he's got real estate. He's got other business interests. Obviously, he's got what we do in the real world. The target audience is basically, I'll speak for myself because as a man, you want to speak for yourself, not another person. On my end, I've got a wide range or array, I should say, of people. Like I've got people that are just getting started. They maybe have, I don't know, a small amount of money. They want to be able to escape the 9-to-5. And so I typically will send them to what's called the Hustlers Campus, which is my initial idea of how I was able to get out of the 9-to-5 was flipping products. One of my students here is in the Hustlers Campus. The rest of them are in my other campus here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Where you basically just buy, like I buy this cup or I get this cup for free and then I sell it for a profit.
Okay.
Like people laugh at the idea, like, you're selling items. But I've got a 15-year-old, Colson can show you. 15-year-old made 1.5K. What do you, there's websites for like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, eBay. I mean, there's all these different websites out there. And so that's one aspect of it, of how people make money. But then we also have, like, have you ever seen somebody having a dog walking service or landscaping company?
Oh, yeah. A lot of Russians are doing that here.
So, okay, well, I want to see more Georgians do that.
Yeah.
So I also teach that inside the Hustlers Campus. So I teach you how to build up the marketing aspect around walking dogs, washing cars, landscaping. So this is more of like a beginner friendly, like if you don't have much money, get started at the Hustlers Campus. But we also have people that come in and already have some kind of business or some kind of income, but they want to take it to the next level. So they go to there. Then the SMCA, Social Media and Client Acquisition Campus, that's for anybody who wants to build up a personal brand, like the guy I was telling you about that teaches golfing. He's in that campus. Yeah. And he's crushing it.
That's cool, man.
And I laughed at it when he told me, like, so I was like, you literally make $30K a month literally teaching people to play golf. And he's like, yeah, bro. And he was showing me like testimonials. Like,
and he's selling those in Dubai, like online, but Dubai, right?
He lives in Dubai. Yeah, he actually just moved him and his brother there, and he sells via Instagram. So he's got Instagram, and he's been pushing him to launch a YouTube channel. But so yeah, on the SMCA, I teach people how to build up a personal brand, how to monetize it, because once again, don't use social media just for personal stuff. Like you need to have some kind of strategy.
I couldn't agree more. Like so that brings us to back to my my question that it's obviously in your opinion it's very important to have this online presence, right? Do you think it's for everybody though? Like do you think one of those introverted people, social anxiety, those kinds of people, do you think it's a skill that can be learned, or do you think that I don't know, like for the ones that come it naturally, like myself, for example, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. So like,
or maybe is it for people who are actually hungry for money and they just want to actually break out of a 9-to-5, or just succeed somehow.
So you probably couldn't suspect this, but I'm actually more of an introverted person. I actually consider myself an introvert.
I had a feeling because of your old videos, right? Like, you were explaining, okay, this is the path I need to go, and please tell us, like, how did you manage to? How did you become more social, more extroverted? I don't know, more open to to the world.
Well, building upon what he was saying, like I just realized, like if I come from a small city, and then I ended up leaving my dad's house and living literally in the country. Nobody else is around you. Like it's literally you drive for 15 minutes, you don't see a single person. It's that kind of place.
Wow.
And so like I was like, I literally have no opportunities here in my city. Like unless I want to be in the like boating industry, no. If I want to keep cleaning forever, no. Okay. Like or work at maybe like a factory, which I didn't want to do that either. So I was like, I have to find a way. And at this point, blogging was shifting into social media. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll do the social media thing as well. And so to answer the question about how I became more of a social person, introverted person, or less introverted person, was I realized that it was all in my head, that you have like a certain identity. Like, sure, I don't like being super social. I'm more on the quiet side, but I also understand that I've got a good voice and that I can, speaking of the results of the real world, I can see thousands and thousands of people's lives have been changed. I can show you some off camera. Thousands of people's lives have been changed because I've been utilizing my voice and what I teach and all of that. And so as an introverted person, I was like, well, I can sit here and be shy. Like as an example, this is one of my most embarrassing moments, my entire incarnation on earth. I won some award and they asked me to just say, hey, my name's Dylan and thank you for this award. I went up to the mic and I looked out in the crowd. It was like 50 people there and I was like, nothing happened. I was so nervous. And I was like, after that moment, I was like, I'm never going to be in that position again. And so I basically just trained myself on how to speak better. Like I used to have a slight country accent. I wish I would plan to be a social media person, so I would have filmed even more content than I already did. But I
saw one of your videos where you explained that, okay, I woke up early specifically because of that, so I could work my voice, in the right direction.
Yeah, I would wake up an hour. This is when I was working a 9 to 5, actually. And for anybody that's working a job, you'll sit there and you'll complain, oh, I don't have enough time, and I'm so busy. Well, sure, scrolling on TikTok, playing video games, watching Netflix. Yeah, you sound very busy. Okay, like I would wake up an hour early before I go into my job so that I could educate myself, so I could work on my voice. And this is something I teach people how to do. It's very simple. It takes 30 days, and I was able to overcome my stutter and stop mumbling as much, is I started recording my voice.
I think we need that, honestly.
It'll help you massively.
There's very so many courses, and
this is free. So, I mean, if you want to send me some money, you can, but it's free. But you literally sit there and you read like a page of a book like Knights in the Panther Skin. I've got the English version. So,
wow, you read it, man.
You're recording yourself, and then
he's talking about Webgestraußen. He read it in English.
So you read a page of that or a chapter of that. Like in the beginning, I read an entire chapter because I was like, I need to fix my voice. But if you're like, you can talk okay, I would just read like a page, and you record yourself on the voice memo app on your iPhone or whatever Android uses. I'm more of an Apple person. Apple's the best. So you record yourself and you speak in different tonalities. You raise your voice, lower your voice. I would even speak with an accent whenever I was doing it. So I would talk like this. Yeah, I've got a country accent. And then I would listen back to how I sounded. And I identified the reason that something would trigger my stutter was I would stop breathing because I would get nervous. And because I wasn't breathing, my voice would go blank, and then I would start stuttering like that. So because of that, over a 30-day period, I was able to conquer I was stuttering, I would mumble. And then the rest of it, I just learned over years and years and years of making content and talking to people. And it's also all up in your head. Like whenever I told myself I'm shy and I'm introverted, well, of course, that what you put your mind on expands. And so it kept expanding. Like, oh yeah, I'm a shy person. I'm introverted. I would say I lean more towards the introverted side, but I also don't identify myself as an introvert. I like to keep to myself. I don't really like being around loads of people. But whenever I have to be, then I will. Like doing this podcast, no problem. But so it really comes down to you just training yourself to be that way. And like I said, the easiest way is just to record yourself reading a page from a book, a chapter of a book.
Give yourself a feedback.
And give yourself
deal,
feedback.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that's that's good take out. My note here is that what I understood from all of this is that your main drive is like emotion, because whether that is losing the weight or starting up something new or like getting rid of the mumbling and stumbling. It's like, okay, I mean, this is already disgusting. Okay, I need to change it, which could be a really good drive, yeah. So for some people, yeah, that could be emotional. For some people, it might be some different drives. But if you reach that point when you're actually disgusted about something, okay, I mean, this life is getting ridiculous already for me, and that's what I need to do. Okay, I need to change something. So that was your good motivator. Yeah, that's a good note. Yeah,
I think
because that works on lots of people. Yeah,
I mean, mostly,
reaching the point.
It works mostly on men, to be honest. Like that type of situation. Like you need to really start hating yourself at some point, and that's where your mind turns around. I think.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
in case of females, it really. I think like encouraging words work more efficiently.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think. That's been my experience.
Yeah. I mean, disgust pushes you on your ego for sure. That okay. I mean, there's 8 billion of people, and you see every day that there's like 15-year-old who's making like millions over the internet, and we could also do that. I can do that. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you have to be careful though, like, sure, I was disgusted with myself for a while, and that's what got me to take action, but you can't stay in that point of view. Like, of course, example with my friend Andrew, I agree with almost everything. But one thing that I disagree with, and we've talked about this openly, is he feels that anger is a very good fuel. And I believe it is a good fuel. Yeah, I agree with him on that. Versus on my end, I eventually think you should get to a point where you enjoy your life. You get a sense of joy from the work you do. Like, every morning I wake up and I've done this.
You can't be angry all the time, right?
Oh, no, because I'm typically just a very optimistic, happy-go-lucky, delusional person. And so you have to find an enjoyment out of what you do. Like on his end, he's like he's built a massive empire. He's got hundreds of people that like rely on him every single day. So
by the way, let's finish that part, because I think we kind of left it in the open. So what was it like working for him, and how? You told me how you got to him, and what did you guys do together, basically?
So working with him it was basically one of the best educations ever. Like most people go to learn from a college professor that's never actually had a business. I got to learn on the ground how to do marketing, how to do social media, how to basically write in a copywriting type of way. But by the way, most copywriters are poor and they're stupid.
I mean, you've definitely mastered rage baiting from him, I can tell. And, I had our previous guest. I mean, she hates you. I told you before the cameras.
What's her name?
Pearl.
Pearl. Hi.
She's a brown girl.
Yeah.
And she saw your video about Indians, and she was like, "Oh my God, this guy is."
Oh no. She was like, "Oh my God." Is that how she said it?
No. Okay. She's not Indian. But yeah, she was like, "How the fuck are you inviting this guy to your podcast?" And I'm like, "No, he's making fun of this thing. He's just joking.
There's other side.
He's not a racist. He just mastered rage baiting.
Just mild racist."
Okay.
I mean, definitely it works. Before we started this, podcast, you told me why you did it exactly this way.
Yeah.
And then how you changed your tone in the latest videos. Like, can you explain that kind of importance to the audience? Because I think many people do not understand. Like she's actually a very smart person. Like that's why I was a little bit surprised. Okay, does she really think that this guy is like this? Nobody talks like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you explain your strategy, why you did in your very first video, and then how you changed your approach?
So
this is a master class of rage baiting. Just listen to it.
So I look at reality and I find lessons from it. My students, some of them are Indians.
Yeah,
I've got this character called Rahul.
Okay,
and when I'm Rahul, I speak with an Indian accent. And even my Indian students, I've got Indian friends, they find it hilarious.
Of course.
Hilarious.
Because it's funny.
But I also make fun of UK people. I also make fun of Americans. Whenever I make fun of Americans, I talk like this. I just make fun of Americans. So I just enjoy doing that. So that's what inspired me to make this video. And entire intent of I live in Georgia now. I want the best for Georgia. I want Georgia to stay Georgia. I want the culture to stay intact.
Yeah.
I don't want to see what's happening in parts of America and Western Europe. I don't want to see that happening here. So if I said, hi, Dylan Madden Tombadai here, it's very important that people integrate into Georgia and learn how to speak Georgian and understand the Georgia culture.
Wouldn't get many likes.
Nobody would care. But if I'm like, why are there so many Indians and blah, 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 and I start using an Indian accent, of course that's going to generate interest in what I'm talking about. And then from there, I did a follow-up video where I clarified it has nothing to do with the color of your skin or where you're from. It has everything to do with if you're going to live in a country, you integrate into that country, you respect the culture, you become a part of the culture, and you just find a way to add value.
Yeah.
And even Pearl, that's
Pearl,
right.
yeah,
Even Pearl would be like, oh, actually, I agree with them.
Yeah, I think so. I think honestly, like she likes Georgia very much.
Yeah.
And she told me that she travels here very often. She lives in Dubai, by the way. Also, you guys have a lot in common, to be honest. But yeah, she was just kind of triggered by that video, and I found it hilarious that, okay.
That was the point.
That's
really
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly like how well this guy does this rage bait thing, which is something I learned very recently. Because I've made some, I've been experimenting with this podcast for a while now. And, I specifically said a lot of shit about, obviously about the UK and, and they were like, okay, then what did you come to my country? Get the fuck, that's exactly like, I was just trying to get is this how it works? Like that was my thing. And obviously that's how social media works. Like you're just kind of working mostly on the rage rather than, obviously you can give the value, but if you're not branding this value somehow, people just scroll and they don't listen to you.
Yeah, so I'm very good at rage baiting, but I don't utilize my full power because I prefer to have actual conversations with people and go back and forth and create some kind of value. That's personally what I prefer to do. But from time to time, because I know what to do to rage bait people, it's very easy.
Yeah, you need attention at some point.
Yeah, you have to get the attention on it. Like, so I'm much like my actual business career, whatever you're gonna call it, is off of TikTok. So like I've built up years worth of followers, I've got a big audience outside of TikTok. But on this TikTok, I was like, okay, well, that's something I personally believe in, because most rage baiters, I don't agree with them. It's unethical, since you're big on that. Unethical.
Oh, I'm not big on that. But maybe I gave you the wrong impression.
Communist, slightly socialist, unethical.
I had a German grandmother, so like I cannot.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Yeah, definitely not a communist here.
But most people, they rage bait and they just say whatever they can to get attention. I think that's not the best way to do it.
Oh yeah, no.
Because I literally know somebody, I'm thinking in my mind, and they have a big following, but I know they don't make much money because their entire audience is just rage bait.
Yeah, like if they're only angry, they're not gonna pay.
Yeah, so it's about using it with intentionality and using it as a tool, a strategy. So on my end, I'll say something that I agree with, number one. Like, I do agree with what I said in that video. Like, I don't think that tons of people should be coming here from other cultures. Like, the one thing I'll give to the Brownies, you have a very strong culture. True. You have a very strong culture. And I've got Indian friends. Calm down. Calm down. I actually do. And he's very proud Indian. Like, he's never traveled outside of India. He refuses to travel outside of India. But he finds my videos hilarious. So we talk crap to each other. So it's like, identify something that people really believe in, or that can be super against it or super for it. And then you just make a statement about that. But in my personal opinion, this is just how I approach it. I actually have to believe what I'm saying. So I'm not just going to
come up with something. Just to get to...
Yeah, that's stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's stupid, really.
So identify things that people here in Georgia or abroad, things that they genuinely either super hate or super like. And then, like, as an example, I've got a tweet dropping this coming week over on X about how women give the worst advice to other girls. They'll encourage them to go out there, travel the world, be a boss babe, and basically do anything other than have a family until they're like 30. And I've noticed that that's popular here in Georgia. And that is one of the most stupid things ever. So I've got that going out on X, and I'll see how it performs, and I'll do it elsewhere. But so yeah, you just identify things that you genuinely believe that people either hate or love, and you talk about it. And then from there, you take that attention, and this is where most people fail. So just do rage bait, get attention. You need to have some kind of positive message and value. Yeah. So that's why I garnered that attention. And then I said, and to clarify, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It's about if somebody's going to be in Georgia, you need to integrate the culture, find a way to add value, be respectful. And everybody would agree with that.
So to summarize this, the game is you get the attention the way you can, and then you slowly start explaining your controversial thoughts to the audience. And that way you keep most of them, and some of those who didn't follow you because they are obviously like exactly. Like a lot of people don't just don't comprehend.
You say some bold the
first impression is bad, and then you slowly make them fall in love with you. Something like that.
That works,
learn from the best, guys. Awesome. This was really, really. I think this is the biggest takeaway from this, this episode.
Opa.
Opa. Exactly.
That's true. There was a lot of things for sure.
Okay, I don't want to end it just now because I still want to hear your thoughts about, like, we've talked a lot about business and strategies and marketing. What I want to hear is like the, on the opportunity level, work life in Dubai, in Georgia, because those are the most recent experience. We've heard a lot about the US. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah,
since apparently
I literally haven't lived there for like 6 years, so I can't really give you any updated information.
You're not. Yeah, exactly. That's the point. So, and it's like a lot of people call Dubai the land of opportunity, the new land of opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like we live in the same time zone, so it's really easy for us to like travel here. I have friends that are making a fuck ton of money there in Dubai, even though they're spending most of it there.
Yes,
like that. Those are the things that I want to talk about. Like, give me the trade-offs you're giving when moving to Dubai, and like benefits, pros, cons, and like, is it better to be here and try to make it here? Or to just go there and I don't know, like give me like the strictly business type comparison first, and then like the lifestyle and the quality of life and all sorts of things.
So basically, I ended up moving to Dubai because all my friends are moving there, and I went to visit them. That was when I got the watch. So I was flying there to get the watch, and then I tend to be delusional, as I've been saying, impulsive. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I like this place. So I ended up just deciding to get residency there, live there for 2 years. And what attracted me there was, before that, I was in a country called Paraguay. Great country, but very boring, extremely boring. Like the light of your day is going across the street to buy like a steak. That's basically it. So I just couldn't see myself living there long term. But 10 out of 10 country. Like, if you just want a place to lock in, what do people say? Monk mode, like, great place.
Monk mode.
Yeah, monk mode. It's a great place for that. Or if you want to be more low key, great place. If you want to retire, go to Paraguay. Awesome. But anyways, I moved to Dubai, and what attracted me to Dubai was the opportunity there. Like, everybody's there, from podcasting to social media people to I sat down and had dinner with this guy that runs this massive video gaming company worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I met the founder of Telegram, like, had dinner with him.
It's a place for networking.
Everybody's
for sure,
there.
Right? Yeah.
And so I liked that for a while, but then during the summertime, it's basically just a ghost town. Like, there are still people there, obviously residents, but like all your friends, all the connections, they basically they go to Eastern Europe and they go to Southeast Asia. And then around November, December, everybody starts flying back in. Then they stay there till around February, March, and then they leave again. So it's like, that was one aspect. And then another aspect was, like, I'm a Christian. There are churches there. But there's something peaceful. Example, in Georgia, every morning, whenever I wake up, open up the blinds, and I can see churches as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
For me personally, I just really like that. So that was something that attracted me here from a living perspective. But Dubai is great. It was funny you said your friends that go there make loads of money, but they spend most of it.
Yeah.
For people that have actually lived there, that's actually the stereotype of tourists and people that move there. It's like Dubai, you'll come to Dubai, you'll make all this money, and you leave broke. That's like the stereotype that we have for people that Dubai.
Yeah, because I mean, more you make, more you spend, and it's super materialistic culture.
That's very materialistic, yeah.
Those are the kind of things that I don't like it very much, but sometimes like I'm considering maybe I should try this thing out, you know, just because of the network there is, and there are so many valuable people.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what would you do? Like if you were like a starting podcaster based in Georgia, obviously you have this huge opportunity land there.
Yeah.
Many interesting people. Do you think it's worth it to invest in that kind of shit? Obviously in the beginning I have to like pay from my own pocket. So
if I were like you, both of you, if I were Georgian living here, had a podcast, I would, example, you and I, the three of us will do like some super awesome stuff here in Georgia. I'd be building up my content, getting more guests on, expanding out the content I'm doing there, build up a name. And then I would go to Georgia, or not Georgia, I would go to Dubai, and I would link up very intentionally, so DM them ahead of time. So I'd build up my audience, and I would set up some podcasts with some like Dubai-based people, test how that is, then come back. It's like a 3-hour and 20-minute flight. Come back to Georgia, let the content do what it's going to do, and just go there with intentionality behind what you're doing. But I would not move there ever. I wouldn't do that.
I agree to that point for sure.
Especially the way your setup is here. Like I was jealous. Like Georgians, like the way the family structure is, and the property. I'm just like, man, I want that. That's awesome.
That's one of the things I came back from the UK because I realized I would never have this type of comfort there.
Yeah,
you know, knowing so many people, connections.
Regardless of how much money would you make there.
I mean, the quality of life is still here. I mean, you get to do many things that you don't get. And like if you want to travel, just just spend some money and go back if you miss it so hard. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to miss UK a little bit.
That's going to be impossible.
Even though I don't like the country very much, I have so many good memories, especially in Manchester. One day I'm sure I'll go there, but right now I'm still in the angry mode. So. But yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. It gives you a lot of comfort living here. Cost of living is still not that much. I mean, in comparison to other big cities, for sure. But even this previous guest, Pearl, that you guys obviously have toxic relationship, love-hate relationship. And my point was that although she had to leave like very soon, like my goal is to get you two guys in the same room and
let's
have
do a podcast. Let's do it.
I mean, she's in Dubai. You're here. It's very easy to arrange that. So I'm sure it's gonna happen. But I'm building this up in a way that is interesting for the audience as well.
Okay, so we're gonna beef each other and then we'll do a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then you guys are gonna get married or something.
I've got a Georgian. I'm good. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Like the big secret that we were trying to.
Dun, dun, dun.
Awesome, and even better. Cool. But what I was saying is just she said something similar to what you said. Maybe it's worth investigating Dubai in terms of opportunities because Dubai is like podcasts are all over the place there.
It's all over the place. Yeah.
Maybe they find this Georgian podcast interesting in some sort of way. Obviously, not most people, but maybe some percentage might find it interesting, right? Maybe they come here, maybe I go there, we go there sometimes, maybe we do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure. This is why I wanted to hear about that. And I think that sums it up, unless we have any important questions to ask to Mr. Dylan.
Was really, first of all, thanks for coming here.
Anytime.
And all the things that you mentioned, and it was really, really good things about for people who are watching this and they want to get away from the matrix, from the modern 9 to 5, and just how can they do that? Yeah. All of the suggestions that you had are really acceptable and really good ones. Plus, they worked on you, which means that, okay, I mean, obviously it works, and there are people.
So many takeaways from this one, man.
Yes,
I think this might
really
be like
this will be your best podcast.
Yeah, this might. I mean, we don't have much. Like, it's not as flattering as it sounds, but I think this might be in terms of the value that in terms of takeaways. It's definitely one
for
of
example, if, instead of like overthinking stuff, just go ahead and do it.
Oh,
okay, there's really lots of opportunities on each and every corner.
We were talking in the car before we got here about one of those videos of Tate when he you mentioned about when he meets the guy and he's asking what he does.
He's really a pushy guy, and I think it was a video about his with his friend or someone, and this person is talking. Tate is asking, well, "What are you doing in your life?" And he's saying, "Okay, I'm building my business. I'm trying to figure out how to do that." And well, all right. He says, "All right." And after 1 week, he meets him again, and well, so how is it going? And
what's the status update?
He's still, what's the update? What have you done? And he's like, I'm still thinking. And what? I could have done already like so many things, like post it here, post it there, already sold something. So just don't overthink stuff. Go ahead
honestly,
and do
that's
it.
the best thing about Andrew Tate, and like just from that really works on me. For example, I'm also that kind of person who procrastinates, even though obviously I'm very action oriented now, but I was always that guy. Okay, had too many ideas, and it's very stressful when you get like your mind is telling you something. You need to address this stress. You need to do this and that, but you never actually do it.
Yeah.
But at some point, like it was easier to just start doing stuff and figure out on your way, not just think about
this goes wrong. Instead of they should be thinking, what if it goes right? Okay, what's gonna happen? It would be so good.
Yeah, it's not like you have a limit
why should
to
you think
failure.
on the wrong side?
Yeah, so I would have said this to all the Georgians out there. Like, something gave me confidence is I knew no matter what happened, I would never be homeless. I would never not be without food. So I've literally had $142 to my name. I've been negative thousands.
That's the case for every Georgian, to be honest. You can never be homeless.
See, that's what my point is.
What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Every Georgian I know has, my grandma's house, my dad's house, this house, this. Like, you'll never not have a house or a roof over your head. You'll never run out of food.
Mentioned that. That's such a good one.
So go all in.
Like, he has a very unique perspective.
Everyone has a house.
Oh man, this was so much fun. Guys, I'm assuming like this episode will be mostly watched from the guys, but girls, guys. He's just teasing you. He's a great guy actually, and his Georgian account is called Tamada.
Dylan Madden Tamada.
Dylan Madden Tamada. Even though Tamada is kind of overhyped, obviously he didn't know that before he chose that name.
So the story behind that is I got to be Tamada 2 different times.
At the place, yeah.
So I was like, to me, like. All the kids tell me, Dylan, it's not that cool. And I'm like, no, it's like an honor. Like, I got to be Tamada for like an entire week.
My birthday is pretty soon. I think you're going to be third time very soon. Brace yourself, man. Practice on drinking the good stuff. Anyways, it was amazing to meet you.
A lot of takeouts for sure.
It was an honor to have you here. Bye, guys. Subscribe us, subscribe him, and we're going to get there one day.